Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Pillars of Eternity. So, when we left off, we just discovered that we have to go back to the catacombs, which we'd already cleared out, and see if we can find a way into the temple. But before we do that... Did I come the wrong way here? How do I get into the Crucible Keep? Oh yeah, I guess I did come the long way. Gotta go down the stairs, up this little alleyway here, and then in. This goes to Brackenbury. Alright, so this is the official City Watch that has been accused of not really being very effective. In fact, mostly kowtowing to nobles without really having the interests of the city at heart.
Gods keep you.
Aldemar gives you an appraising eye. Judging from the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you recently arrived yourself. And who might you be? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Like what? Well, this is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor, as well as many of our soldiers' bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back making plans, as usual. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our master smith, Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the Golem, if you're the praying type. So, what is it you guys do, anyway? Well, we're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. We were the first organized militia to oppose Adaran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by a critter out at Dunrid Row. What's this about Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knight, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built into your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more carefully in hiring their ciphers. Spit it out. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. All I'm saying is that they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? That's a horrible thing to say. I'm just speaking the truth. Still a horrible thing to say. I don't currently have an Orlan in my party, but... doesn't get more racist than that.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me
we
about
were
the
all
Knights.
smiths back in Hodrick's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He still thinks of himself as a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connection to the Deerwoods heroes of old. Other than Dunrid Row, who really knows about any of that, though? Well, I might. Yeah, this looks like the barracks. And back here... the baths. I'm assuming, yeah, that's all stealing. I'm surprised they just let anybody wander through here. Dining hall. Justicar's eyes flicks over to you briefly before returning to the novitiates. I think that's right, novitiates? Gathered in the training area. If this is about the patrols, my novitiates already stretched their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply do not have any units to spare. I'm sorry, was there something else you needed? Is something wrong at Heritage Hill? What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there, and yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without any soldiers whispering about these disappearances. I'd just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out... Tell me about Heritage Hill. It used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay, but for a few months ago, all the residents went mad, started eating each other, and anything else that had the bad luck to wander in there. I've never seen anything like it. Now every novitiate that stands guard there, everyone that comes back anyway, talks to the stench of the graves and the groans of unspeakable horrors. The why and the how are questions for the animancers. I've sealed the district in hopes of containing whatever happened there. It seems to be working, for now. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. What do you do here? I'm in charge of the keep's novitiates. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. I could look into that Heritage Hill thing for you. So what I've just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? I lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? It just seems like you could use the help, is all. If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send words to the guards at the gate. Excellent. And is this the place where the commander is? Oh no, this is the shrine. The altar, where presumably you can make an offering to him. A scroll case. Any clues? Doesn't look like it.
We just don't have the manpower.
Well, I can help you with that.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
You're in charge here? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently at Fleetbaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and keep order for the Duke. Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates, and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar.
Novitiates. Okay.
It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Quit being dramatic. Keep a bunch of desperate, homeless, half-starved civilians in line. With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more soldiers? More recruits means more training, which means more time from experienced soldiers that I don't have. Anyway, I hardly see how any of this is your concern, but if you got time to ask me about it, then perhaps you got time to do something constructive. Touché. Forge Master Dunson is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Hey, it's RoboCop. Some agitator throws a rock at them, and we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Viana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. That's his area of expertise, anyway. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have a need. Ooh. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith. Alright. I can do that. I bet you there's some pretty sweet loot in this place. Right, yeah, I should be able to open this door. So, they want me to help them build them a Robocop, huh? I confess I'm intrigued. But I'm sure nothing can possibly go wrong with robotically programmed soldiers, right? Alright, I guess we're heading back to... oh, I guess there's one more place we can check out while we're here. The Valian Embassy. Might as well see what they've got cooking. Vincent Agosti?
Gods keep you.
Tell me about the Valian Republics. They are rich in all ways, in wealth and style and culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I am here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it, but when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. What do you do here? As the Valian ambassador, my job is to ensure trade with the Deerwood remains strong and profitable. Alright. Anybody else in here? Trade deal between a merchant company from the Republics and the Deeridian Weirwool Collective. It doesn't look like there's anything... Oh, that's not stealing. Okay, it's just another book, but I'll take it. And that's not stealing either. Okay. Alright, so let's head back to Copper or whatever it is, and we got a bunch of things to do there now.
Who's a good boy? Who needs his belly scratched?
Yeah, so we gotta back to Copper Lane. So we gotta go to the Scrivener's dormitory. See if we can figure out what happened to the missing...
Hey, you think we could get another dog? Keep this one company? Just a thought.
You already got another dog. Well, we got a fox and a dog. Or did you have... I'm not sure. Was he talking about the yellow lab or the fox?
Gods keep you.
I'm looking for Viana. I like Viana. She's always talking about metal men, which is strange, as I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. I don't talk about metal men either, and I do eat snowcap. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend, Bessa. No, Klessa. Yes, Klessa. Klessa is the friend she's going to meet in Andra's gift. In a house, not a boat. North house, empty house. Andra's gift has lots of boats. We should go rowing sometime. Farewell. Okay, Andra's gift. We haven't been there yet, but we got a couple more things to do here first. So I guess we'll go back to the catacombs. Let me just see. Breastplate from Penhelm. Okay. Kind of forgetting. I forgot what all my quests are. Right, I need more reputation in the city. Alright, well, let's go. Hooded man, presumably a member of the Leaden Key, was ambushed on his way through the catacombs. The disguise that would get him past the Leaden Key sentries was lost when the man was carried off by trolls. Did I pick that up? Not sure if I picked that up or not. You know, one interesting thought that I had would be to have her equip this. No, alright. I was thinking it would give her a secondary attack, but apparently it doesn't. Oh well. Yeah, looked at that. Was it these? No. No, it's not those. Oh. Black hood. Worn together, they obscure most. So I think it's this. So maybe if I put this on, I'll be able to get into the temple. Worth a shot. think he was just wearing a robe. Maybe it was simple clothing. Alright, well, let's see if we can figure out what we missed. Maybe it was that mysterious undead guy. Yeah, I don't think there's any way through here. Did I miss an area down here? I might have missed an area down there. Let's go see. Yeah, down here. It looks like I never explored this. Not sure how I missed it. I must have walked right past it and then forgot about it. Alright, well, let's do a quick save.
To whispers and shadows.
And then see what we can find. So far, not much. Oh, stairs down. What do you know? I guess this is the place. Temple of Woedica. In front of you looms the ghostly, hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you. Is this me in a past life?
You are from Kratom, my boy.
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. Only recently.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
The gods have been good to me, and I wish to repay them.
They will smile upon your service as long as it is performed in earnest. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. Apparently. Okay.
To whispers and shadows.
I feel like this is an excellent spot where we quite
Worth a look.
easily see some traps. Hey, there's a loose brick. And a secret passage.
Found something.
Not exactly the most subtle hidden passage I've ever seen.
Found something.
Alright, can I disarm this trap? Yes. It's inside. What did I get? Noxious Burst. Okay. Talisman of the Unconquerable. +2 intellect while endurance is above 50%. Times 1 focus gain. Endurance is above 50%. So it's mainly just some extra intellect. Maybe my priest would want that. Anything else in here? You hear a faint sound whispering coming from the skulls, but the words are unintelligible. Okay, well that's a good way to... Free loot is always welcome. Good way to start off my exploration of this place.
All right, then.
Ah, here we go. I almost feel like the cleric should have it. I'll give it to her. Extra 2 intellect would be really good for her. What are her stats? Yeah. Yeah. Give it to her. Although, I don't know. I would also be a good candidate for it. But she should, in theory, she should take less damage than me. Right, she can have a cloak of protection. Alright, well, looks like we're going to talk to these guys no matter what, so let's see what they have to say. The mercenary looks at his feet. Please, go on in. His eyes dart up to the rest of your party. You know the acolyte doesn't like guests. I'd keep my friends of yours out of the main chamber. She's already in a state on account of someone being late. No sense in provoking her further. Tell me about this place. What's going on? Alright, well apparently putting on that mask was the correct thing to do.
Right.
Mercenary.
Hey, of course.
This doesn't look like the main chamber. Mercenary. Okay. Is this the... No, this is more mercenaries. Okay. Is that trapped?
I shall be discreet.
No. Alright, what's in it? Food. Okay, that goes to you. Main chamber. Oh. You might be useful to talk to. What do you have to say for yourself? A lone figure paces back and forth, tapping his fingers at his sides, muttering to himself. He jumps when he sees you, his hands on his chest. By the flame, you startled me. Shouldn't you be at the meeting, attendant? The acolyte's waiting for you. He claps his hands, thumbs twitching. It's not the time for the initiates meeting, is it? I'll be ready, soon. Tell me about the meeting. This must be your first time. The acolyte communicates with each of us individually to hear of our progress on old tasks and to assign us new ones. It's a unique process. She's a cipher, so she can speak to you without words. Fascinating, until you realize she can probably read your thoughts just as easily. What do you know about these tasks? Only what I absolutely need to. We protect the secrets of the gods, so discretion is essential. We receive our instructions from the acolyte, just as she receives hers from someone else, and so on, right up to the Grand Master. Our role is to obey, knowing as little about the overall plan and each other as possible. How can you be confident you're doing the right thing when you know so little? That's easy. The leaden key has been around for ages by the blessing of the gods. You only have to look around to see the perils of trying to usurp the divine power. Killing a god in the Saints' War has cursed us all, and the heresy of animancy has only worsened matters. Try to replace a soul, and you inevitably end up with a monster. It's all been a warning. There are some powers we just shouldn't have. Alright, I'm going to bite the bullet here. I have a feeling this might be the wrong thing to say. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. What are you doing here? Been practicing the passphrases. I know them backwards and forwards, but I get nervous every time I think about repeating them to the acolyte. Why are you so nervous? I've never seen the acolyte's face, but I just can't stop wondering what she looks like under that robe. When she peers into my mind, she'll catch me thinking about that. Also, I get the passphrases wrong. She'll kill me where I stand. You can practice on me. Okay, first question. State your name and purpose. Maybe I should write this down. Okay, my name belongs to the gods, and my hand to their service. Okay. That's name and purpose. Alright, second question is company. I seek company of shadows that our labors remain secret. Tell me of your labors. To see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried. Okay, to see craft Kith Wilder does not disturb bones gods buried. Okay. How do we know your purpose? You shall know by the confession of my tongue, by confess tongue, deeds of hand, oath of soul. Okay? How is your oath guarded? It is sealed by the leaden key. Sealed by lead key. Sounds like you got it. Okay. Alright. So now we have a bunch of passphrases. Rite of Hidden Wonders. Specific skill bonuses to all of his allies for a long duration. Alright, well, we'll give that to him. A bunch of money. Open up this chest. It's not stealing. And we already have this book, but I don't see no reason why we shouldn't get another copy of it.
Hey. All right, then.
All right. Now we're armed with the passphrases.
Yeah.
Main chamber. No, just a bunch more mercenaries. Wow, there's a lot of mercenaries in here.
Hey.
We have to fight our way out. It's gonna be quite the slog. Is the main chamber?
Right.
Quickly and quietly.
Trap.
Back, ye clod! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted.
Interesting.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Laying low.
Well, we have to explore this for the main quest, so even though it's probably almost certainly a huge mistake, nevertheless, onward and upward. Alright, let's retreat. I'm going to do a quick save. And then I'm going to go in the chamber alone.
Sure.
Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her. The woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communication as you look on. A few minutes later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. The woman turns towards you. You are late, attendant. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage and her dangerously low voice in the sudden silence of the others around the chamber.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now. State your name and purpose.
My name belongs to the gods, and my hand to their service.
What company do you seek?
I seek the company of shadows that are... I guess I didn't have to write these down. That our labors may remain secrets.
Tell me of your labors.
To see the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried.
How do we know your purpose?
Shall know by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath on my soul.
And how is your oath guarded?
It is sealed by the leaden key.
Welcome, attendant. Tell me of your exploits.
In your mind, you see a building, magnificent with trellises and tiles, located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin.
Does he wait still?
Yet it is also houses misery and madness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted, but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. Yes.
Did they arrive?
The Acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay to a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads, Deerford. Several figures huddle together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruin suddenly looms in your mind. Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in the mountainside. I'm going to say no.
Your information shall be relayed. Now, for your next task.
The ruins fade from your mind, and in their place is a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. This sounds like that Heights district.
Stop him. And above all,
You
don't let him meet her.
Deathly pale with a scar over her heart. The Acolyte shows you the door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper, but then she shows you the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. The command comes into your mind. Surprising familiarity about it. You know how to open the door. I shall. Show me the prisoner again. Trellises and tiles and located on the pristine boulevard. Huh. Is it the Ducal Palace? Alright, I'm just gonna leave. Perhaps the guards will know of it. A cemetery in a neighborhood filled with rundown estates. Alright. So I can kill her or not? I have no definite reason to kill her right now.
Hey, all right
so
then.
I will not. Death, as one of my favorite fictional characters once said, death is so disturbingly final, whereas life is full of possibilities. There's no definite reason to kill her, so I won't. I'll leave them alive. Because unlike the people that I knew were animating, that person that I knew was animating corpses, I was definitely going to stop her. Plus, she had a
moment,
cat.
Please. I feel I should explain myself.
Okay.
About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
That's an understatement. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself, that when we resolve the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But, unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
That's a female. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about her.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
I've none of her memories, Barath spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable hill-speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuses burn down and the teeth are on edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge a situation, she just acts. She seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she'd go to those villagers in Gilded Vale. She doesn't think. She doesn't back down. And trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Is it going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although, Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
Sure, I'd be
Thank
happy
you.
to.
This has been a great burden.
Do you have anything else new to say? When did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. At that time, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Isilmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. You said you'd learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that the knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Isilmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I have since come to see the wisdom behind it. Meerwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Alright. What do you have to say,
Strange
Eder?
place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. The only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
Yeah, I agree. I knew some soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me some about it. They get these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the golem like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Deerwood's independence. Then they join, and it turns out all any of these knights ever talks about is when are we going to get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles and our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl, says it's Abaddon's will. He's got a castle and an army. He wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Abaddon told him to. They don't seem all bad. They are keeping peace here. There's a kernel of something good in there, I think. Some good people wanting to do right by each other. Trouble is, they're headed away from it. I now have Benevolent 2, Stoic 2. Still no reputation in Defiance Bay.
Of course.
Alright, so I guess I have to go all the way back up there. Yeah. This is going to be annoying if I have to visit this place again. So, where to now? That's the question. Andra's Gift. That's right, I was supposed to find something in the records, in the Citadel. Maybe I'll do the Citadel's quest first. Then when I go back there to turn it in, I can look for the records. So that means probably going to Andra's Gift.
You've been on your own for 5 years.
I've had Itamar.
But you can't talk to him.
My standards changed around year 2.
I guess she does talk to him. Oh. Looks like that's the fastest way to get to the world map. Alright, well, there's no fighting in this episode, but I think I'm going to end it here. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking the video. But either way, I hope all of you guys have a terrific day.